So here's the difference that I was talking about. When you use the exclamation point marker, you get that dialogue option at the bottom here. But when you use the question option,
got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
You get this menu right here. So, contrary to other Sierra games, if you ask something more than once, you typically get a different response a second time around. And once I know that we're starting to repeat options, I'll skip them, because you've already heard it before. So if you see me skip through things, it's probably because you've already seen it before at some point in the past. So let's ask about voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Do you know anything else about voodoo?
I've told you all I know. Sorry I can't be more help.
Let's move on to voodoo murders.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
You won't get far questioning me about it, Sherlock.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
You're the native. Don't ask me.
I forgot to mention Gabriel Knight is born and raised in New Orleans in the story. So, yeah, he should know more than she does. But the player might not.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
So many good options.
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
That is going to become a theme in the future.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me.
Do I really want to ask this? I guess so.
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break. I came to New Orleans because I'd read so much about it, and I thought, spending a few months here would clear my head.
Just tell me.
I've always wanted to do something really adventurous, Something real life. I'm sick of libraries and lecture halls.
Well, if you know Sierra Adventures, you know they're gonna get more than they bargained for.
My folks are traditional Japanese. I don't even remember Japan myself. I was 3 when we came to the States. I've been studying Tai Chi for 10 years. It's a very spiritual discipline. I'm sure discipline of any sort isn't something that would appeal to you, Gabriel. My folks want me to get married to a boy back east, Mark Kobayashi. His parents are traditional Japanese too. I might eventually, but right now... I came to New Orleans because...
Okay, we heard that already. So we're gonna get out of here?
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
And we're gonna ask her about those messages that she mentioned in the intro.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Awesome.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Yeah, I want 'em.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
So
that's something else we have to do. In addition to checking out those 2 voodoo references in the French Quarter, we should go over to Granny's house to pick up some of Gabriel's dad's stuff. Any more messages?
You have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany? Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Any more?
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humprey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're going to be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
Female orthodontist may be the most opposite thing you may find to Mosley. We'll meet him later today. Or in this day, day 1. So a couple of things that we see out in the open. We see a couple of items that are a different tint from the background.
The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease. There's a pair of tweezers on the counter. Grace uses them for book repair work.
So then, you would think they're probably needed equipment at some point, so let's just take them.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem. I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Just trying to make you feel at home.
And yeah, let's read the newspaper too. We might need to.
Times-Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners.
Well, we can trust the police, right?
Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Okay, well, let's see what else is here in the bookshop. Let's use the ladder and see what we can use.
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Hell, just trying to refresh my memory.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.